Don't forget to go to ashkicking.com for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!
Yes, sir. Let me dig into your brain.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the new WBO welterweight champion, Jeff Horn, is calling out all of the welterweight champions in his division. Boy, I tell you, you got to give Jeff Horn a lot of props. This man, he said at the post-press conference that Errol Spence and Keith Thurman are fighters that he's looking at. Those fighters are on his hit list. Now, just think about this for a second. How many fighters do you know have called out Errol Spence? I can't think of anyone that has called out Errol Spence alone. Jeff Horn is calling out both Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately for Jeff Horn, he has unfinished business with Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao, he has a rematch clause. Now, the good news for Jeff Horn is if he can pull it off, and if he can beat Manny Pacquiao in a rematch, then obviously that erases all doubt from the first fight, and it further solidifies him as a serious opponent, or champion, I should say, at the welterweight division. Which would mean that if he were to beat Manny Pacquiao once again, and he were to face off with Keith Thurman or Errol Spence, that becomes a real unification bout. Technically, it's already a real unification bout, but you know what I mean. And this is pretty interesting. I want you guys to think about this. If Jeff Horn beats Manny Pacquiao in a rematch, we get a better chance of seeing all the belts unified in the welterweight division. Because Manny Pacquiao, he already said, according to Bob Arum, he has no interest in facing Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. So for the betterment of the sport, the fans, and the fighters in the welterweight division, at least the champions, it would actually be more beneficial if Jeff Horn wins the rematch. You have Manny Pacquiao that wanted to hold the belts hostage. And then you have Jeff Horn that's willing to fight the other champions in the welterweight division. How great is that, once again, for the boxing fans and for the other champions in that division? Because both Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, they have both called out Manny Pacquiao because he has a belt. Not just because of his name, but because he had a belt. Now you have a champion who is willing to fight those other champions. But he has to get past Manny Pacquiao in a rematch. And that won't be easy. But I still believe it's a 50-50 fight. Amazing how Jeff Horn went from being a massive underdog to now possibly being one of Manny Pacquiao's most difficult opponents to beat. Because once again, like I said, if this rematch comes to fruition, that's a 50-50 fight right there. And if Jeff Horn beats him in a rematch, a star is born. Right now, Jeff Horn, he's just enjoying his 15 minutes of fame. But if he beats him, that would really catapult his career. As if the first fight didn't catapult his career, but the rematch is going to take it to a whole nother level. Let's see if this fight gets made. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.